All right, it's new air quality sensor time. I've got here the Airthings hub for business and the Airthings View Plus. I'm going to try to get these both set up and unbox them first. They're from Norway, which is kind of cool. And the hub first, I guess we'll open this one up. Once you open the box, there's a little QR code to scan and get it going on your phone. You'll want to have a business account set up, but it's a pretty slick little device. It's got like a good weight to it. There's a little level on the back, which I always appreciate. The first thing you need to do is actually slide off this back plate, and you can get to your serial number on the back there. You'll need that for setup. And other things in the box include some regulatory information, and then Ethernet cable, command mounting strips, and AC adapter. So all the stuff you need to get the data hub up and going. It also does have cellular connectivity as an option, but I'm going to go Ethernet for myself. And the cool thing about Airthings, I think, which is somewhat unique, is that the sensors themselves are actually battery powered. So all that's in the box with the sensor, this is the View Plus, are literally like some desiccant gel and these little like command strips for mounting it on the wall, which when I first unboxed it, and this kind of cool mountainscape. So that's good too. But yeah, I unboxed it and I was like, where's all the rest of the stuff? So yeah, we'll get these set up and see how it goes. All right, so here's the dashboard. I think it's one of the better designed, like nice graphics, easy to interpret and use products out there. I am seeing a weird thing right now with my CO2, which I have a question into Airthings about on that. It's not this high in here right now. So we'll see, we'll figure that out. But it's essentially this tile kind of layout. So if you want to add a tile, you can do that pretty easily. Like if you want to add a sensor graph, you can have it span 2 or even 3 columns. And let's say we wanted to graph CO2. Add that tile down here. You can see I made it, I don't know, three modules wide maybe. So maybe it's 2 wide. Make it 2 columns. All right. And then you can see at CO2 here, this device was actually offline this weekend. And then I changed the batteries and now it's back online. But again, it's showing higher CO2 than some of the other devices here. So if I could zoom out to all of the data, you can see here, this is the period that it was offline and then it was offline again. And they kind of do this nice interpretive tracking cursor thing where it pops up the values. So that's pretty cool too. Here's temperature history. And again, you can change that or even remove the tiles if you don't like them. So you can add in outdoor comparison, outdoor air, device, location, or their sensor graphs, which is kind of cool. Another interesting thing, if you're looking at the actual data from the sensor or the monitor in question, I guess, you can scroll on here and do this weekly average or a historical just comparison over the different time periods. And then scrolling down here a little bit more, there's a virus insight report, which is kind of cool. So we can check that out. To give you some background what this is and how they're calculating it, but it's essentially based on the parameters that the sensor is collecting. So if we select one of the sensors, which is the only one I have, then you have to put in some basic office information, and you can select which sensors you want to include in this report. You can put a logo on it and pick a time period. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to generate it just having yesterday and today's data. So I'll have to generate it for earlier, let's say the month of February. That was a good one. Go back here, generate the report. And you can see here, I have one device at high risk within opening hours. So you also enter your opening hours for the building. And you get down here a little bit more, you're like, okay, well, what is the contributing risk factors? Room occupancy, ventilation rate, transmission, and really, the ventilation rate, increased ventilation rate, is probably a function of the fact that it thinks my CO2 is really high. So there's that. You can download that report. It'll give you guidance on improving humidity. Again, Midwest in the winter, humidity was low. It was assuming occupancy was probably high because of the high CO2 and, temperature. So that's that viral risk report, which is, I think, something probably pretty valuable to a lot of people pursuing IAQ sensors. All right, so conclusion on the Airthings View Plus. I think it's a great device. I need to get the CO2 thing figured out with it, and but yeah, I think it has a lot of good features, a lot of flexibility, a little bit different visual in terms of the display. You can also customize this and put whatever. I think you can even do like little words or images or things like that too. So